Hello friends, it's Ina Schwartzman here, a creator of handmade dolls. Today we'll be creating the base for the doll that we designed in our previous lesson. We'll start with the base for the head. For this we'll need some ordinary foil, a glue gun, glue, and a teaspoon. And of course our magic pens.
I'm sorry.
There isn't a single recipe for how much foil to use. All of this is based on experience. That is, we now decide together. I take about 50 centimeters. I press it down a little. At the end, the ball or the base that we want to achieve shouldn't be dense. It shouldn't be blocked or solidified, because often we need to remove this foil from the top. And it is difficult when you've solidified it into a rock. There shouldn't be any solidity. It should be light and shouldn't be blocked. Here I have made a ball. What are we aiming for? The base should be approximately 4 millimeters smaller, receding from the edge inside the top. Meaning it should be smaller in order to leave 4 millimeters for the material. Give or take, there will be some deviations, possibly more or less, but that's not an issue. There are two fundamental methods to make the surface of this foil shine. This is the first one. We begin by softly rolling this ball. And the second one is to tap it lightly with a spoon. Initially, I always love to roll it around softly, without applying too much pressure. Now I will adjust the camera's focus and you will see how it's done, up close and from the side. When you have items like these, you should use a hot glue gun to adhere them. It will now heat up and I'll apply the glue. But how do you go about rolling it? Let me show you again. Gently take it and roll it softly. Avoid squeezing it in your hand or pressing it against the table. Then form a soft ball. Initially, I want to try a different approach today and demonstrate it in a way that everyone can replicate. Because a lot is dependent on your base. And if the base is flawed or unattractive, then the shape of your outcome will be flawed and unattractive as well. Now, I'm placing it on my face to see if it needs any adjustment. Usually it appears larger in videos or photos, but in person, it almost looks the right size. Then I position it to the side and observe the piece from a different angle. I'm constructing a solid base, a perfect skull. This material that we'll be working with is self-hardening, and practically it can be smoothed and finished easily. However, if your piece is made from baked plastic, there shouldn't be any holes. In other words, it all needs to be filled. Working with baked plastic can be a bit tricky, and it's relatively harder. It's simply more convenient to use this material. It hardens by itself. I aim to create something beautiful, as I'm teaching you. As an instructor, I must strive to exceed your expectations. It gets really hot when my fingers touch the glue. What aspect should you focus on while we shape the head? The highest point of the head lies in its middle. A typical error is when there's a noticeable forehead, large rear of the head, and a gap here. There ought to be no gaps. The topmost point is right here. This forms the peak. It's in the center. Well, it doesn't protrude much, but it's still elevated. On flat surface, once again, both the face and its side. On the side profile, the head appears a bit narrower compared to the rear, but it's only a small difference. These minor details can be worked on later once you have a base, a broader perspective. Alright, that's a good enough base. Given my expertise, I can do this swiftly. Since you're a novice, it could take longer and you might not get it right at once. You might need 15 to 20 tries to achieve my level. Therefore, we'll buy some foil for practice. If we're committed, we need high quality foil. Who sponsors my channel? The VIP group on the Telegram app. We'd go to Telegram and you send me pictures of your base models for the head. In the hands from front and side views. Remember, only the correct positioning is how it should be based. Show me your sketches as well. Take a look at this picture of me on the sketch, so that I can examine your work and assist with error correction, if needed. A big thank you to all the sponsors who support me and have subscribed to my channel. I hope you've already received the material and can commence right along with me. In the next lesson, you'll be needing the material. I've purchased an artist mold. You'll be needing silicone brushes and ordinary sculpting tools. Let's get started on molding the head.
Goodbye, everyone.
I'm waiting for your results.
I am giving you 3 to 4 days for this task, for the sketch and for the base of the head. Then we will proceed further. I am eagerly waiting for your work to be broadcasted on my channel.